So today I thought I would answer some questions about my experience being a teen mum and how I found it all. Okay, so the first question is, how old were you when you had your child? I first had Lucas, I was pregnant at 18 and I had him just after I turned 19, so I was quite young, but yeah, another question I don't actually have on it, but I'll just say he wasn't planned. Just so people know, I would not plan to have a baby at 19, because that's not sensible in my eyes to do that to a child when you're not prepared, and I only was doing an apprenticeship at the time, so I didn't have like a really full-on job, so yeah, I did not plan him, so I know I wouldn't do that, so yeah, but it all turned out fine, so yeah. Okay, hardest thing about being pregnant. It would definitely be, I had this problem with my pelvis, it's called SPD, which I will write down the explanation down below, like the proper medical terms for it, but it's basically where I think the baby goes into your pelvis and it doesn't expand to let the baby in, and the bones sort of grind on each other, and that was so painful. Like, it started when I was at work and I couldn't walk, and in the end I had to walk around on crutches because I couldn't walk properly. It was so painful. I was literally in tears nearly every day because it was so painful. And the other thing was I had diabetes, gestational diabetes, which diabetes runs in my family because my dad has it and on his side the family has it, so that also wasn't fun because I had to do my bloods 4 times a day. One before breakfast, one before lunch, one before dinner, and then before bed. So yeah, that was not nice. And then I ended up having to go on medication towards the end when I got bigger, because basically your body doesn't produce enough insulin for the baby. So yeah, that also wasn't fun at all. Do you have any advice for people going through similar situation? Basically, I don't really have any advice because everyone's experience is different and no one's going to have the same experience. It's very hard, that's all I will say, but it's completely worth it. Especially with how Lucas is at the moment, yeah, it's worth it, but all I would say is you can listen to what other people would suggest, but you're going to find everything completely different. But one thing I will say, stock up on muslin squares, which basically are Sickie cloths. You will need them. I didn't realise how many I needed, but I went through them so quickly, because literally, like, after you fed them and then they like burp and spew a bit, you have to put that in the wash, so you're going to need loads. And I didn't take enough vests to hospital with me because I had to stay there for like 3 days. So yeah, stock up on vests as well because you will go through them, and I ended up having to get my friend to go buy me some while I was in hospital because I didn't have enough. What did you enjoy about pregnancy? I enjoyed going to the scans and seeing my baby and feeling him kick, because that was really nice. It's a feeling you'll never really understand it unless you go through it, but it's absolutely amazing. And also clothes shopping, that's amazing. I love clothes shopping for babies. Okay, next one is, would you have handled childbirth differently? I'm gonna say no, because there isn't a way I could have handled it differently. I did have a cesarean in the end, a C-section, because where I had the gestational diabetes, I had a scan the week before I was due, and his stomach was bigger than his head, where my high blood sugar got into his system, and it just made him grow very fast. I was very big when I was pregnant, and I will insert pictures towards the end of how big I was. Like, literally, I looked like I was having twins. It was that bad. But yeah, I couldn't have really handled it any differently to what I did. So, and I'm lucky because neither me and Lucas had many complications and it went quite smoothly. So yeah, I wouldn't say handle it differently at all. Hardest thing about being a mum would definitely be the lack of sleep. I to this day, he is a terrible sleeper, and I think I've said this in a few other videos. He does not sleep, and I tried everything. I've gone to healthcare visitors, and they don't know what's wrong. It's because basically his dad, my partner, has what's it called? Insomnia. That's what it's called. Yeah. And obviously I know kids don't really get insomnia at that age, but I swear there's something there because he doesn't sleep. He won't go to sleep until about 2 or 3 in the morning, and I've tried everything. I've tried not giving him a nap during the day. He'll go to sleep about 10 p.m. He'll wake up 11:30 thinking he's had a nap, and then he won't go to sleep till like 4:30. So I've literally tried everything, and I don't know what else to try. If you have any suggestions, you can leave them below. I've tried basically everything, but and I had really bad postnatal depression after I had Lucas, where he was a very cry baby. Like, he just cried constantly, and that's so difficult to deal with when you have so many hormones going on. And obviously I was a young parent as well, so you see all your like people you went to school with having fun and going out and stuff, and then you're sat at home with a baby. It's quite difficult to process, and obviously I wouldn't change it for the world, but it is difficult to deal with. And don't let anyone tell you that you can't feel that way, because you can. You're allowed to feel however you want, trust me, because your body has gone through a lot. So okay, most exciting milestone, I would have to say that is seeing him walk for the first time, because that's so exciting seeing that. And basically Lucas has like diagnosed slow development with his speaking. He's actually getting tested as well for autism, so he's already had an autism test, but because he was so young at the time they couldn't really diagnose him then, so he's having to go through speech and language because he can't talk. Like, he'll say dad, but that's really all he will say. And he's got another autism test next month, so, but he hasn't progressed that much in 8 months since they've last seen him, so I don't know what else they will be able to tell me. But when he tries to say a word, that's really exciting, because most kids at his age, he's nearly 3, would be saying sentences and stuff, but because he only says a couple of words, even that is really exciting, because I want to know what he's thinking and what he wants to say, because that would be helpful. So when he tries to say something, it's really exciting for both me and Martin and the rest of the family. Do you share any similarities? Physically, I would say our eyes are quite similar, but me and Martin have quite similar eyes, and our lips, we have very similar lips. Mentally, he has a lot of tantrums like I do. Literally, like, my moods, I have mood swings really bad, and I think that might be because of depression as well, I don't know, and anxiety. So, but yeah, I would say that's what we're quite similar with. Did you imagine being a mum at the age you were? Hell no. I really did not. I wanted kids when I turned around 23, like after 23, and I didn't want my own kids, I wanted to adopt. So the fact that I had my own child and was pregnant at 18 is a big, like, shock. I found out when I was 8 days late for my period, and I was so in denial. I did not think, I just thought I was like stressed or something. There was no way in my mind that I was pregnant. And then when my mum made me take a test, because I told her I was 8 days late, I just started bawling as soon as those 2 lines came up. And I phoned my partner, and he was so excited. He was like, oh my god, that's so great. And I was like, no. And I was just like bawling, crying. And like, no one could stop me from crying. I was just crying. Like, it was bad. But yeah, I did not expect to be pregnant at 18 and have a child at 19, so. And the last question is, how have you changed as a person? And this, I feel like I'm a lot stronger. Like, I'm normally really shy and would not say boo to a ghost, whereas now, if there was something bothering Lucas or someone was mean to Lucas, I would tell them. Like, I'm not the same person I was at all. And it's, when you're young and having a baby changes you, you do lose friends. I've lost quite a few friends because I've changed as a person and they did not accept me. And if people do not accept you because of how much you've changed for having a child, you do not need them in your life, trust me. I'm so glad those people are out of my life, because I don't need them. Like, I have my child, and I feel better being this person now than I was before. I'm not a pushover anymore, which people don't understand. Like, they don't understand how it could have changed, but it does change you. The whole experience changed you, and that is absolutely fine. And I would say I'm more outspoken when it comes to Lucas. Like, if I need to phone, like, I used to hate phoning people, but now if I need to phone the healthcare visitor or phone nursery or something like that, I will do it. Like, I'm not afraid to do that, because he needs me and he can't do stuff for himself. So yeah, I would say it's changed me a lot now. But yeah, that is all I have in my 4 pages of questions. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below any other questions you might want to know, and I might, if there's enough, I might make another video about it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you again soon. Bye.